Well, we all do know that formal filing of a case or charges against some shareholders of the defunct Capital Bank was undertaken. There's been extreme discussion on the subject, and one person who has been helping us do more analysis and discussion on the subject is legal practitioner Ato Essien. He's on the line. Good morning to you, sir. In order not to delve into the merit of the case, but this, we're told, is just the initial start of the subsequent cases that are expected to be emanating from the Attorney General on the banks that had been involved in the breaches of the regulations of the Bank of Ghana and the fallout from the collapse of the banks subsequently. What should we be looking forward to today?
Okay, so today being the first day of the trial, usually we have what we call the bail hearing, plea and bail hearing. So the first part, the plea, means that the normal, as we see on TV, the charges will be read out to them, and then they will be asked individually for each count whether they say they are guilty or they are not. So that's the plea. So answering to the charges is the plea. So when that is done, then the bail hearing will take place. So what it is that under our law, usually when the investigative authorities are going about their work, that's the CID, IOCO, and etc., they have power to grant the suspect bail. But when the case is presented in court, that's the arraignment, when the persons are arraigned in court, now those persons are handed over to the court. So they are now, the court is now in charge. So the court still has to go through the exercise of granting them bail. Sometimes the court will say, okay, they will grant them bail on the same conditions as the police bail. Other times, the court changes the conditions. So the lawyers will get up and make an application for bail. They will demonstrate to the court that all the accused persons have this social and economic ties in Ghana. So they have families, they are married, they have kids, they work in Ghana, and all those reasons. Fixed place of abode, that they live here. And so for those reasons and the fact that they are innocent, the court will admit them to bail. So in a case like this, normally they will be admitted to bail. But what matters is the conditions. So depending on how much this is said to have been lost to the state or to society, then the judge will fix the sum for the bail. So this one, I think when you look at the charge sheet, you see figures like 100 million somewhere, 12 million somewhere, 2 million, and the rest. So it usually influences the sum that the judge would fix for the bail. And then, so when they fix the bail, the meaning is that those persons would have to get some other persons to come and sign as surety. So like guarantors, like when you go to take a loan from a bank, they say, oh, bring a guarantor. So it works the same way. So the meaning is that in the unlikely event that any of them runs away from Ghana, then that guarantor will be called upon to come and pay. Now, in actual fact, Roland, the law has advanced. About a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, if any of them absconded and the guarantors were called upon, the sentence was also jail term for the guarantors. But in December 2015, the Supreme Court struck down that law and said if the accused person absconds, let's use the actual law, which is that the guarantor will be called on to pay the amount that he signed for. So when the guarantor is signing as a surety, it means he's signing a contract with the state that he will bring the accused person anytime he's needed. So if he fails to, then his breach of the contract means he will pay the sum that the judge set as a bail.
Okay, but going forward, just by way of education, why is it that perhaps there are no important issues relating to arrest, even though there are charges of a criminal nature?
Okay, good. That's also another good advancement of our law. You see, as I mentioned, the persons involved, Mr. Ato Essien, Mr. Nete, all those persons, they are people we know very well. So the point is that normally it shouldn't be that every criminal case should result in an arrest. No. So at the beginning, the police on Yoko can choose to invite you to come. You see, so when you come, then they will say, after the preliminary interviews on etc., then they say, okay, we would admit you to bail. So what has happened in this case is good. Look, we are developing. Those days where, especially some people in authority will say, we'll show you where power lies. So especially, on Friday, they will even arrest the person on a Friday, keep him in custody Friday, Saturday, Sunday, knowing that for these times, no court is open. Those days are over. We are advancing. Bottom line is that the person is innocent until proven guilty. So rather than being interested in let's arrest him, Roland, what we need most in our law right now are effective structures so that when a trial starts, we finish reasonably early. So what we call speedy trial, that is what we need most. Rather than this rigmarole, we can arrest somebody today, then people are happy. Then they say, oh, yes, he's in custody for 2 weeks before he gets bail. Then after that, the trial stalls for years. You see, a few months ago, it was all about number one. Yes, he's in custody. He's in custody. Look, putting somebody in custody should not be this is a source of punishment. No. We punish the person when the trial comes to an end and he's been convicted and that's found guilty. You see, so Roland, the fact that you didn't arrest them and publicly shame them, so to speak, is good. Let's concentrate all our efforts in making sure that we have a speedy trial so that at the end of it, then we know where the state will fall.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for this education. We'll follow up on these subjects, but straight away in following up, we have to go to the court, and Joseph Akable is right there. Joseph, what's the atmosphere currently? What can you cite and say that you can report for us?
So, Roland, I'm just standing right in front of the Commercial Court 7 here at the Law Courts Complex where the Capital Bank case will be heard. And as I speak to you now, Mr. Ato Essien, and it's just about entering the courtroom proper, flanked by his lawyers. So he's been represented by the Ato Essien law firm. Ato Essien, I understand, is the lead counsel, but one of his juniors is currently accompanying him into the courtroom now. And so today is the first day for the case. The other individuals who are connected to it are also coming in, and the main issues that mostly takes place on the first day has to do with the fact that the state has to read the charges against them for the first time, and the facts of the case too will be presented. As you have seen the stories that have been put out so far, the facts have not been put out because the case is yet to be called in court. So it's when it's called that the AG or the representative from that department will be explaining why these individuals, the specific crimes they have committed, how exactly those crimes were committed before they decided to charge them. After that narration is done, then their plea will be taken, whether they plead guilty or not guilty. That also determines the next line of action. So those are the main issues now.
Well, we'll ask you one more question. The other accused persons, do you know whether they are using the same legal representation, or they also have...
No, they are different legal representations.
Any famous legal practitioners or law firms that you can cite there?
I'm sure you know Edwiji Kamaklo. He's present in the courtroom. Per what I understand, he represents Kate Corte Papafio. She is one of the accused persons. She's a businesswoman who is alleged to have stolen an amount of 70 billion cedis, and she has been charged with money laundering as well. So he is part of her legal team. Is present here in the courtroom. The court is yet to commence proceedings. As I speak to you now, the accused persons are seated at the back side of the courtroom. The lawyers are up at the front. The judge who is hearing this case is Justice Eric Chamber, for he is yet to come and sit in seats. And so it's interactions among themselves and their families in the courtroom, which I can see from outside through the glass pane as they are waiting for the judge to take his seat for proceedings to commence. Well,
Joseph Akable, great description there, and he's a man of the courts, making sure that he has all the taps on the beat for us, just making sure he chronicles every piece of the action that is taking place minute by minute. And I'm sure that subsequently on regular programming after the show, you'll get to know, and you get to know what the updates are.